Coming up on 7:30, welcome back. Another historic day in U.S. politics. Former U.S. President Donald Trump is expected to surrender to authorities in Georgia over charges connected to attempts to overturn the 2020 election. CNN's Caifa is joining us live now from outside of the Fulton County Jail with the latest. Karen, good morning. And I want to start with the scene around you and outside of the jail this morning. We have seen someone just running behind you as well with a massive Trump flag. What is it like? Are there a lot of supporters there, protesters as well? What's going on behind you?
Yeah, Tammy, it's still very early, and we don't anticipate that the former president will be here until this evening. But yes, there have been a few supporters of the former president who have been here this morning to show their support. We're not necessarily in downtown Atlanta. We're a little ways away, so it takes some effort for supporters or protesters to get here. But right now, a calm scene. You know, over the last couple of days, Tammy, we've seen a number of these co-defendants in this Georgia case come to the Fulton County Jail, go through the processing process. Yesterday, that included Rudy Giuliani and two other lawyers who were advising Trump after the 2020 election, Sidney Powell and Jenna Ellis. They've all come through this process of booking, processing, mugshots, and the former president will arrive here later today for the same, Tammy.
And that mugshot, we're looking right now at a mugshot of Rudy Giuliani that was processed yesterday. That mugshot is going to be a historic one when it does come through for the U.S. president, something that a lot of people have been anticipating for the last three indictments. And now it coming to force today and coming to be today. What is the talk surrounding the fact that we are going to be, for the very first time, seeing a former president have a mugshot and have it be released?
Yeah, Tammie, and it's not just a former president. It is somebody who is currently the frontrunner for the Republican nomination for president of the United States in the 2024 election. Trump did not participate in last night's presidential debate in Milwaukee, but he is still far and away the frontrunner if you look at the polls. So you have to take that into consideration as well. This is not just something for the history books. This is something that is going to impact the U.S. electorate as they make their decisions about who to vote for in 2024. And it's something that the American people will watch play out during a presidential election. So in addition to that mugshot, in addition to this dozens of charges that the former president currently faces across 4 criminal cases, certainly unprecedented in U.S. history, Tammie.
Now, with the past 3 indictments, we have seen Donald Trump turn himself in, go through the process, and then head out either to Mar-a-Lago. At one point, he went to New Jersey once again to hold a rally-type event right after. Do you know if there are any plans for something along those lines today as he continues to campaign for 2024?
Yeah, we don't know if we'll hear from the former president tonight. It's certainly a possibility. This is someone who very much is his own advisor, his own best advisor in his own mind. So it is possible that we will hear from him. But the plan for the former president today is to leave Bedminster, New Jersey, where his golf club is, make the trip here to Atlanta. Law enforcement officials and Trump's team kind of negotiated on timing to make sure it was least disruptive to the city of Atlanta, to make sure people could go about their business and not be too disrupted by the motorcade of a former president coming through here to the jail. He is expected to immediately return to New Jersey after this is said and done. And as you said, Tammie, go about the business of continuing to campaign. As we said, he didn't participate in the debate last night. He did an interview with the former Fox News host Tucker Carlson instead, but is still very much an active campaigner who will now have to balance these 4 criminal trials with the primary cycle of the 2024 presidential campaign, Tammie.
And lastly, Karen, we had a preview of it yesterday when Rudy Giuliani went to turn himself in as well. It was a crush of media, a large crowd as well of protesters and supporters. What's the security situation like out front of the jail?
Yeah, this will be very different for the former president than it was for Rudy Giuliani or any of these other co-defendants who have passed through here. The Secret Service obviously very involved in the security process. of escorting former President Trump through this jail process today, as he is a former president. So lots of protection, lots of security that will intensify as the day goes on. It'll still be a chaotic scene where I am and kind of in the more distant parts of the jail proximity. But certainly former President Trump will be traveling with a lot of security to make this process similar to what his co-defendants have gone through, but just a little bit different.
Okay, and we will be watching once again. This is Karen Caifa live outside of the Fulton County Jail. Appreciate your time, Karen. Thanks so much for that.